Welcome to Japan English News, Quick Scan. Today's headlines. Tokyo reports record high coronavirus case count for second straight day on January 20th. Japan's capital recorded another record high for daily COVID-19 infections on January 20th with 8,638 new cases, topping the January 19th total of 7,377. As of January 20th, there were 2,003 COVID-19 patients hospitalized in Tokyo, 210 more than the previous day. 9 had severe symptoms, a decrease of 1. Some 28.9% of Tokyo's coronavirus-designated beds and 1.8% of beds for severe cases were occupied. COVID-19 booster shots off to sluggish start, survey finds. Municipalities across the nation got off to a sluggish start in their efforts to move up COVID-19 booster schedules and roll out third vaccination jabs for elderly residents at nursing homes in December. Only about 10% of the total were successful, according to the Health Ministry. As of January 19, the rate represented 1.3% of the total population in Japan. Japan government panel okays Pfizer's COVID vaccine for children aged 5 to 11. A Japanese health ministry panel approved Thursday the administration of Pfizer Incorporated's coronavirus vaccine to children aged 5 to 11, making it the first in Japan to be available for the age group. Around 7 million children will be eligible to receive the COVID-19 vaccine from March at the earliest once it is granted special approval by the Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare. First aid flights arrive in Tonga after big volcano eruption. The first flights carrying fresh water and other aid to Tonga finally arrived Thursday after the Pacific nation's main airport runway was cleared of ash left by a huge volcanic eruption. New Zealand and Australia each sent military transport planes that were carrying water containers, kits for temporary shelters, generators, hygiene supplies and communications equipment. The Australian plane also had a special sweeper to help keep the runway clear. SDF aircraft, transport ship ready to depart to aid Tonga. 2 Air Self-Defense Force C-130 transport aircraft loaded up with relief supplies were due to depart later January 20th for Australia to aid far-flung disaster-hit Tonga in the South Pacific. The aircraft are being dispatched after a massive eruption of an underwater volcano. The extent of the disaster remains murky because Tonga is so remote and communications remain disrupted. Japan is providing safe drinking water as well as gear and machinery to remove volcanic ash. Japan's imports hit record highs in December. Japan's merchandise exports and imports both hit record highs in December on the back of stronger demand for cars and higher energy prices, government data showed Thursday. Exports jumped 17.5% from a year earlier to 7.9 trillion yen, up for the 10th straight month, while imports surged 41.1% to 8.5 trillion yen, up for the 11th consecutive month, according to preliminary data released by the Finance Ministry. Gas prices inched toward 170 yen level that would trigger subsidy. The average retail price of a liter of gasoline across the nation rose to 168.4 yen as of January 17, approaching the figure that triggers a government price subsidy. That announcement was made by the Oil Information Center of the Institute of Energy Economics, Japan on January 19. The latest figure represents a 1.9 yen increase over the previous week and puts the price at the pumps within arm's reach of the 170 yen level at which the subsidy program will kick in. Airlines cancel some flights after reduced 5G rollout in U.S. Some flights to and from the U.S. were canceled on Wednesday even after AT&T and Verizon scaled back the rollout of high-speed wireless service that could interfere with aircraft technology that measures altitude. International carriers that rely heavily on Boeing aircraft canceled early flights or switched to different planes following warnings from the Federal Aviation Administration and Boeing. Sumo, Terunofuji, Minakami both fall into three-way tie with Abe. Joint overnight leaders Terunofuji and Minakami suffered upsets at the New Year Grand Sumo tournament on Thursday, dropping back into a three-way tie for the lead with Abi at 10 wins and 2 losses apiece. Lone Yokozuna Teru no Fuji fell to Komusubi Misei, while Sekiwak Mitakumi was defeated by number 5 Megashira Onasho on day 12 at Ryogoku Kakugakan. Number 5 Abi, meanwhile, racked up an impressive win against Sekiwak Takenasho. Thank you for listening. See you tomorrow.